Hi, welcome back everyone. In this video I'm going to share with you my journey of creating a build using good forgotten Eternity Shroud unique body armor and almost never used skill Divine Ire. Let's see what I can do with those two combined. Eternity Shroud is a unique body armor which has interesting modifier. It will gain 5% of elemental damage as extra chaos damage per each shaper item equipped. Also, if all of the items are shaper items, the chaos damage will ignore enemy chaos resistance. So you can say that this is a budget original sin build. The main idea of this build is to equip 10 shaper items for 50% extra chaos damage and stack as much elemental conversion and extra damage as possible, since the extra chaos damage will be given for every type of damage before the conversion. To achieve the best results, I decided to use physical spell, so it allowed me to convert the damage from physical all the way to fire. This build is pretty expensive, because you need somehow turn several uniques into shaper item base. I spent several thousands of chance and skull orbs and didn't get even one unique, so I decided to go with a faster and more expensive way. I will be using Omen of Fortune, which will give 100% chance of getting a unique. The rest of the gear is pretty common, so I decided to not to include it in the video. You can check everything out in POB below. Okay, it's finally time to get mapping. Let's start with the Mino map. This is my first map on this build, so don't be too hard on me. While I'm trying to clear this map, I'm gonna talk about the ascendancy that I chose for this build. I decided to go with the Pathfinder. My reasoning was, since the biggest portion of the damage is coming from chaos damage, I could greatly benefit from the Wither, which will greatly improve the damage. Also, Pathfinder will give some necessary survivability in form of increased effect on Progenesis and combination of Petrified Blood and Life Flask, which is constantly up. I can feel already that the big downside of this build is clunky playstyle. I have to press a lot of buttons to get the best result of this build. But at least the damage feels pretty nice. Okay, let's try something harder. With this level of damage I can easily one-shot or two-shot any rares. And the survivability is much better than in my previous build. Okay, but what about the bosses? Well, the damage is definitely there, but due to the clunkiness of the build, it's pretty hard to deal damage consistently. And since I'm standing still, I become an easy target for the bosses. Okay, now I thought, if I need to deal damage and be mobile, why not to use the ethereal knives? I could use the exact same gear and only change the medium clusters. Let's see how it plays. Yeah, the clear feels much better. But now I have another problem, and it's mana sustain. Let's have some fun with the shrines. That's the level of clear and mobility I'm aiming to achieve. This feels amazing. Okay, the clear is nice, but the boss and damage become even worse. Simply because I'm not able to sustain the Wither stacks. So I think that I will swap back to Divine Ire. Depending on the type of content and the map layout you run, you could swap to Divine Ire of Holy Lightning to get more coverage of the screen. But if you run narrower map like Toxic Sewer, I prefer the usual Divine Ire. And the level of damage on both of them is much more than enough for 8 mod T16. You are not even noticing the bosses disappear. Well, this is it for this part. In the next part of my journey I will try to improve the speed of the build. Because when I get the speed shrines on the map, this build feels amazing, even considering the amount of buttons you have to press. If you think that I did a great job, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, feel free to post them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!